Hello and welcome to the best of episode of Your Region This Week, where we look back at the stories from the region. I'm Anandi Carol Woolery. Last summer, we covered the 100 Notebook campaign launch from Preston High School in Cambridge. Let's take a look.
The 100 Notebook project started off in 2014 at our store, Fight On Pens, as we are the makers of the 100 Notebook project. And the idea is to distribute 100 notebooks at a time with a collaborating partner and having everyone a chance to fill up these notebooks, color, draw, write, and return them back to us, and then we follow it up with an exhibition.
The 100 Notebook project started off in 2014. It was basically a project, it was a community project to engage the community, but the underlying message was that we have to preserve the written word. In the midst of all the technological development that is going on, we must not forget what was developed many centuries ago. And hopefully with that thought that they've documented somewhere down the line, they'll be able to actually, that will spark off to a bigger idea, bigger venture in their life.
We live in Waterloo region. Waterloo region for a long time has done some amazing things. Everybody put recycling in the blue box? Yeah.
So Scott Higgins, one of the coordinators and one of the founders of the Creative Capital of Canada, so he attended Preston High School when he was a student, and so he wanted to return here and connect back with Preston High School, and he knows, as I know, what a great school it is and what the kids would be able to offer in a program like this, and so we're very excited to be a part of it. I'm just excited to see sort of what's in their minds, what they're thinking about, their creativity, their passion for learning more about the world, their curiosity. I'm so fortunate to get to do the job I do and connect with kids every day about sort of what they're thinking about and learning about, and so I'm so excited to see what they do with these notebooks. What I see already is a real passion and enthusiasm for this project. I think it's really neat that we've been selected to be a part of it, and I can feel that energy from our students, so I know they're really looking forward to being involved.
Yeah, I think the 100 Notebook Project is humanity's simplest form of expression. We're so tied to our phones as a daily course, but there's just something beautiful about sitting down with a pen and paper and a notebook and processing your thoughts, exercising your curiosity and creativity. And we need to make sure that our young people don't lose sight of that and have time in their lives to be able to do things like that. So we were very excited to be having a great turnout with 100 students at high school. No, just stay creative. Be curious and stay creative. You're from a place in the world that has always done some amazing things, and we need to make sure that we keep inspiring and keep doing those amazing things.
Art of Eight Limbs is a docu-series on multiple local fighting groups building up to their main event. Here's a look at the story.
I am one of the co-owners of Fable Forest Films. It's a local Kitchener-Waterloo TV film and production company, and we developed the concept for The Art of Eight Limbs, and we are pulling the trigger and making the show. The Art of Eight Limbs is a docu-series based out of Kitchener-Waterloo that follows Muay Thai fighters as they prepare for a battle and then go head-to-head against each other in the ring.
I'm one of the co-creators of the docu-series Art of Eight Limbs, so I'm part of Fable Forest Films in Kitchener-Waterloo. Producer most of the time, and just trying to put on the best local fight documentary series we can. The Art of Eight Limbs event is the culmination of everything we've been doing over the last couple months. We've been filming fighters and gyms during their training, during their preparation for the fights, and everybody's getting together at Bingaman's on September 14th in Kitchener to test their mettle, go head to head. We film the whole event, and then we cut everything together at the end to make an awesome TV series. The event that's happening at Bingaman's on September 14th, doors open at 6 p.m. You can show up. You can look at ticketscene.ca and search for The Art of Eight Limbs for tickets. You can hit on Facebook, TKO Fighting Arts or Fable Forest Films. Once the event's over, you can head over to artof8limbs.ca for details about Season 1, where you can watch it, where you can pick up a DVD, and for more details of when Season 2 is going to come out.
We're at TKO Fighting Arts here in Kitchener. We're a strictly Muay Thai gym, so our philosophy is we just train one thing singly and try to be the best at it. Muay Thai comes from Thailand. It's the the martial art from Thailand. It originates from the battlefield when the Thais defended their country against invaders. So the original form of Muay Thai, you would actually have like the swords and the staffs in your hands, and then you would fight with your elbows, your knees, your kicks. So that's why they call it the art of 8 limbs. You have 2 fists, 2 elbow, 2 knee, 2 kick. So that's where the original from the show comes from too. So my involvement with the art of 8 limbs, we had the Fable Forest Films approach the local gyms in town, and for the first season, I was tasked with working with all the gyms, bringing them together and promoting a show so that we could have all the fighters from the Waterloo region on one show competing.
Fable Forest Films is a fiercely local film and television production company from Kitchener-Waterloo. We have 2 feature films out in the world. We do short films. We do a bi-weekly podcast that talks about the journey making feature films in the indie kind of world. And Art of 8 Limbs is our television documentary series.
The best of your region this week continues right after this. Welcome back. On Canada Day, Waterloo Central Railway held their annual Canada Day steam train run to Elmira. Here's a look at the ride.
Yeah, what Waterloo Central Railway is doing today is we're running our Canada Day steam run. So we're departing right here at St. Jacob's Village, and we're departing north to Elmira. We'll do a run around, and then the train's going to be pulled south into a beautiful farmer's field where we have the opportunity to let passengers get off, back up into the field, and the train's going to do a beautiful run by. It's a great photo opportunity. We'll pick all our passengers up and then bring them right back here to the village. The railways are a huge part of Canadian history, and as Southern Ontario Locomotive Restoration Society, we're always looking to teach more people about the history of the railway here and what it takes back from the 1950s.
The whole time that you're using steam, of course, you're using up water, and there has to be a way of getting the water back into the boiler. And the steam enters here at boiler pressure, exhausts at 0, but it goes from basically stationary to Mach 2, which is why it needs that special nozzle like the back of a jet engine. So it heats it up because you're going to transfer all that heat energy from the steam. So it heats it up and it overcomes the boiler pressure and rams the water into the boiler. Because at 180 psi you can't just open up the boiler and dump water in it. And this is what this piece does. You turn it on. That's what it sounds like. And if you do it wrong, you get a blast of steam and you know immediately that you goofed.
So on a steam engine here, it takes a lot more man hours to work. So right now there's always little oil nipples in every row. You have to do some extra oiling. There are a lot more sliding things. So again, the biggest thing around here is oiling. Make sure all those are oiled. We have to have someone here when it's on pressure that we to watch the pressure. It is a steam engine. A diesel is as easy as you go and you start her up and you drive away. Steam engine, it takes a lot more time, but we take about 6 hours to heat our boiler up. We have to do it nice and slow to ensure that it's not heating up too fast and saving the boiler lasts a little longer. We started here at about 10 years ago. We actually went all the way down to downtown Waterloo at Father David Bauer Drive at the old station that was down there. Now, in working with the LRT, we did get pushed up to Northfield Drive, so we connect with the ION on Northfield Drive, providing passengers on those Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays service from Northfield all the way up to Elmira and then back again. So we're really connecting these towns together and getting people moving between them. Here at Waterloo Central, we are a non-for-profit, mostly run by volunteers. So we're always looking for more volunteers to come on out and help, come learn to drive the train. We're always looking for more help with that. And we do operate all year round. We run Polar Express in the wintertime and our great train robberies in the summertime. So there's always lots to do around here all year round.
Wilmot Fire went door to door informing residents of Baden about keeping up to date with their fire detectors.
The Fire Protection and Prevention Act states that municipalities shall have a public education program. So under the direction of the fire chief, we decided that we would do a door-to-door campaign here in Wilmot Township. First of all, as crews start with the direction from myself. We decide on the area that we will be working in, and on a map we will go and target certain areas. We like to target sort of the older homes because we know that the smoke alarms and the CO alarms will be very aged in those, so we want to target those areas first. If crews check a box on the form to indicate that a follow-up visit is required, I will go and I'll actually enter the home with the permission of the homeowners and help them out. So I'll describe or tell them what we require by law. So it is a requirement by law that there is a smoke alarm on every level of the home, and if you have a fuel burning appliance or a attached garage, you need a carbon monoxide alarm as well. So I'll just simply start by stating what is necessary under the law. If people continue to give us a hard time, we do have tools in our toolbox that we can use. For example, fines. I have 42 fines available to me that I can write tickets for right away. For example, if you don't have a CO alarm, then one is required. We can charge you with a $360 ticket. So far, it's been positive. I have had people thanking me to that information they didn't know. One of the biggest things that people are unaware of is the hardwired smoke alarms. They believe that these smoke alarms are good for the entire life of the alarm itself, and that's not the case. They do expire after 10 years. So we have people thanking us, letting us know that because they simply didn't know it. The other thing that is very common is the CO alarms being placed in the basement. That doesn't help if you're sleeping. You may not hear that alarm. So it is a requirement that it is outside of all sleeping quarters. And the reason for that is if you're not woken up in time to by the alarm, then you just may not wake up. And that's what we're trying to prevent, is accidental deaths. This is the second year that we've done this campaign. We've started in late June, early July, and we run it until October. I can't stress enough for the safety of themselves and their family to make sure their smoke alarms are not expired. The biggest thing is if it's an expired alarm, it just may not sense the smoke when you need it to. Today's environment, houses burn so quickly that you may only have 2 to 3 minutes to get out of your home. So it's a crucial part of our education to let people realize that they need those alarms to work when there is a possibility of a fire, to get out. We'd rather see them outside on the front lawn rather than have to go in and save them inside their house, which it might be too late by then anyway.
The best of your region this week. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The Idea Exchange in Cambridge helps anyone be creative and grow their imaginations through creation.
Idea Exchange is the Cambridge Public Library, and we changed the name a couple of years ago because we realized that libraries were changing. Libraries have a wonderful, warm and fuzzy feeling in people's hearts, but sometimes that's nostalgic. It's the place that they went 20 years ago and they went to a story time. Really, libraries are incredibly relevant today. They're about new and emerging technologies, hands-on learning, STEM learning, and we wanted to represent that with our name. It's not about the format of the book, it's actually about the idea. When we opened a year ago, the parking lot across the street was shut down and we had a huge street party. And the Cambridge Arts Festival is now going to have a street party, again, about 1 year later. And there's going to be lots of things for kids to do, learning and discovery in the kids zone. We're going to have some STEM learning there. Lots of the local businesses will have learning centers as well. It'll be capped off by a musical performance at 9 p.m. by the Purple Tones. So there'll be music, there will be learning, lots of food vendors out there. It's just going to be one great party in the parking lot. So, talk about a river view. This is the best view, I think, in Cambridge. It's amazing. And you will see that the architect planned a green roof. The green roof is beautiful right now. It's in full bloom. And this is part of the sustainable design of the building. It is a LEED Gold project. And with the green roof, this helps with runoff and hardscaping so that we've got a great place when it rains to take in some of that rainwater that's coming down. And beside the green roof, you can see there is a long line of skylights, and the skylights bring daylight down to the lower levels so that we're daylight harvesting, and then we're saving on electricity. There are many design elements to make this a sustainable building, and these are two great examples. But the view is fantastic. People come out onto this beautiful terrace, this lovely public space. They can go to Monograms, pick up their lunch, sit out here, and enjoy this beautiful view of the dam, the Main Street Bridge, and then to the south, the beautiful bridge of the pedestrian bridge. It's absolutely stunning. Well, I just hope that people want to come in and get excited and check out the old post office. It is an award-winning building. It's a beautiful jewel, but I think there's a lot happening here that people aren't aware of. And maybe they want to try something new. They want to play on the light bright wall. They want to check out a robot. They want to see what a laser cutter is and how it works. We've got lots of staff that are eager to help them and learn something new today, discover something new at the old post office.
The Gaslight District launched their condo development in Galt last October. Here's a look at the celebration.
So tonight's an exciting day for us. We're doing the formal groundbreaking for the Gaslight District. It's been 2.5, 3 years in the making, and tonight we get to blast some rock and celebrate the start of construction for the project. Everybody move back. This is going to be loud. You ready? All right, here we go. Blast some rock. Yeah! Yeah, no, the condominium's great. There's 400 units and 2 towers, lots of amenities. We've got a $1 million backyard, a brand new terrace with canopy trees and nature walks and things like that. The condominiums are well appointed, but really the district is about that whole lifestyle. It's not just about the condominiums. There's bars, cafes, an urban market, a European square, an event space. You know, it really is a place that has all of those urban amenities, not just about bedrooms and kitchens.
I am absolutely delighted to be here this evening and finally start to break ground on 2 exciting new towers. We have been watching and waiting for this moment for some time. Right from the first moment I saw the first brochure on Gaslight District, I thought, this is the place that's going to be the place to be. This is going to be where people want to live. This is where people want to work. This is where people are going to come and have fun, connect with community. So I'm just incredibly excited for this whole evening. I really believe that when we take a heritage site like this and really promote its heritage features and build in and around it in an adaptive reuse application, that we'll get the best of both worlds. We'll get the best of the history and the heritage of this area, as well as some of the new and bold adventures that we can see will be happening right here at the Gaslight District.
Yeah, I think for me this development is just about what Cambridge can be. You know, we've got some great, this was the economic heartbeat of Galt for a long time, this foundry. Dumfries Foundry, Golden McCullough Foundry, the Southworks of Babcock's Wilcox. And I'm excited to see it rebirth into the new economic engine, where our young people have a place to be stimulated and be proud of their hometown and want to try to change the world from home. I know that sounds corny, but I really think that projects like this can give that level of hope and confidence to a community where we can start to really celebrate again as Galt and as Cambridge.
Best of Your Region This Week continues after these messages. Welcome back. A local Brazilian radio show celebrated their 100th episode last summer. Here's Bruno and Isabella Sabella, the founders of the show.
Radio is a passion. I'm a TV producer, media producer, but radio it's a different thing. We always wish to reach people through radio, and starting was hard because we didn't have the background, right?
Yeah, in Brazil we used to appear on cameras, and I'm a photographer, so it's easy when you have the camera, but it's a little bit different on the radio. Nobody can see you, but we make something happen. We make the Facebook Live, and then we can choose with the radio and Facebook, camera and radio. It's fun.
So it's not only a radio show. We are Facebook Live as well, simultaneously. Oh, wait. So in Brazil, even community radio charge you for an hour. If you want to have a community show, you have to pay and get sponsors. It shouldn't, but that's the reality. And here in Canada, we have the opportunity to have an hour to speak to our community, to get everyone together. That's the point of the show. It's a volunteer show. So the only thing we want to do is keep people together, giving tips to where to go, because it's new for them. And we always give tips to what to do, places to go, to have fun and enjoy. That's what we love to do, right? Just making people know people.
Yeah, and what's the best on it is that Canada believe in us. Doesn't matter where we're from, what. Canada is beautiful, and people trust in us to do it. So that's amazing.
Talking about that, Canada is amazing.
Yeah.
So this Saturday, it's our show number
100
and our 2nd year anniversary.
Yeah.
We are very excited. We're gonna have a lot of Brazilian services. They will showcase their projects. We're gonna have a Brazilian food truck with feijoada.
Yeah, pastel.
Açaí com banana. A lot of Brazilian traditional food, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
We are expecting a lot of people there. Not just Brazilians, but everybody's.
Yeah. Brazilians can remember and enjoy the Brazilian food, and Canadians could try for the first time, maybe, right?
Yeah.
I think they will love it.
All of them is all invited.
Once again, we love to do this radio show. It's something we really appreciate doing it. We had, over these 2 years, we have many guests, many stories that we share with the community. We are hoping to have even more. This is just the start. And please join us every Saturday night from 8 to 9 on Facebook and on CJIQ 883 FM.
That's all for this edition of The Best of Your Region this week. New episodes start next Friday at 7 p.m. For more information on the show, or if you have a story idea, visit our website, rogerstv.com, and fill out the proposal form at the bottom. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.